Nice open start for this one. Jabajop getting out to a bit of a more explosive start, but slightly different pathing, so could end up being about the same.
Dart missing a cell at the bottom.
Oh, true. Will he see that quickly enough? Took a little bit of time, but not too much, maybe just a second.
3 seconds behind. Plenty of time for him to come back. We're gonna see a really good time here from Jabajop. It's an electric 18. Dart blasting and taking a bit to reset there.
All right. Looks like it's getting a bit rough for Dart here. About a game and a half behind.
Yep. About 8 seconds in a board.
Jabajop has basically what I would call blast insurance. He could blast and still be in a comfortable lead. Well,
Well,
he did blast, so now he's down to roughly one board ahead since he blasted fairly early on.
Jabajop on his last board. Dart still has 2 to go.
Jabajop missing one cell in the top right. Shouldn't take him too long to spot that though. And there we go. Takes out a pretty clean victory with a 17 on that last board.
Players are fairly close on expert with Jabajop's 37 and Dart's 40. Dart does choose expert.
Expert the classic comeback mechanic.
Gadget agrees with the choice. Let's see if it pays off for Dart.
Gadget is staking his entire reputation on Dart winning this by saying that was the correct call.
Jabajop with a little bit of a lead here, but quite close.
A little bit of tricky logic here at the bottom on Dart's board. Looks like he'll just choose to wrap around.
Yeah, that was a tough section to no flag. Jabajop gets his first board done. No blasts. About a
Taking down the
quarter of a
first
board ahead.
game by quite a bit, yep. Oh, past the
That's
blast from
brutal.
Dart.
Only a couple 3BV left. Oh, Jabajop
Exactly.
blasted, but
But
not
still,
nearly as
almost
punishing.
a full board ahead. Yep.
But it could be a sign that the nerves are getting to him. There could be more blasts in the future.
If Jabajop blasts late into this board, then there's a chance, but it's looking a bit dire right now. Pretty easy cleanup here along the edges, and that's the game. 2-0 lead for Jabajop. Can Dard choose something to spice this up?
Do we see the no flag pick come out?
I think that's what I would do in his position, given his specific strength there. Yep, and that's exactly what we do see.
Also, while Dart's PB for expert is 40, he does have like 438 games where he lost on like the last click.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy.
honorary sub 40.
For sure, for sure. We'll give it to him. Looking through the rankings on minesweeper.online, Jabajop is the 23rd best intermediate no flags player with a PB of 11.63. And actually followed not too far by Dart, who goes by Xylef on this site, with a 12.07. So they're in the same realm, but Jabajop with a slight PB advantage. Now, whether that translates to a consistency advantage is a different question.
Dart does appear to be leading here at the start.
Jabajop does finish the first game, but he's still a solid 16 seconds behind. Dart really flexing that no flags practice.
And no flag 7. We love to see it.
Ooh, and another
Ooh.
blast. And yeah, cool 7. You don't get to see that too often.
Looking like this might have been the correct choice for Dart here. Is that a... What happened there?
Since no flags
Like,
generation does tend to be a bit more, just spread out across the board, seeing big numbers is always neat here.
Jabajop down about a little over a board.
Both finishing about the same time, so exactly one board difference right now. But that's a blast from Jabajop, so less than a board now. Or, I'm sorry, other way around. Big advantage for Dard. On to his last board. Definitely taking things a little bit safer here, you can tell. But just wants to make sure nothing comes in the way of getting this dub in. And Dard wins the round, bringing it to 2-1.
And for
We could see a
once,
reverse
we're going
sweep
to...
here, but Jabajop will have all the picks.
For once, we're seeing a not 3-0. Maybe, but yeah, this could give Dart the confidence to start the
Absolutely.
sweep.
Yeah. I've got my predictions running for the next round. It's going to be Gadget Boy. Don't have too long to bet on it though, so get some in.
Like in the prediction, Boru ends up being ahead with 63% of points gambled towards him.
Yeah, there's a lot of last minute betting there, so probably there's some people who probably would have put in some more if they had more time.
I maybe put 1,000 on Boru with like
All
5 cents.
It's
right.
pretty fair. I feel like these are pretty reasonable odds, like roughly 2 to 1 in favor of Bo.
Moving on to round
Alright.
4 of Dard versus Jabajop.
Jabajop taking it
Back to
back to
just
int.
intermediate flags. Yep. Oh, blast for Dard there.
Fairly early blast, so we're going to see more board variance than just raw time loss. Oh,
Oh no, another blast. That's over a board behind now. In the bottom right, Dard takes the min mine count.
yep.
Being as behind as he is, I think that's the right play to make. Just have to risk it and try to find any seconds you can.
Jabajop
Not
also
too
goes
deep
for
into the
the
board with that blast. Also goes for the min
same
mine
mine count.
count. Yeah. Jabajop, in theory, could, take the time to math it out and flag everywhere, but chooses not to in this instance.
That's
Oh
another
no.
really rough blast for Dard.
Late blast. Looks like a pretty easy cruise to victory here for Jabajop. I know Dart has been having some arm issues. Hopefully those aren't what's haunting him right now. But it's been a valiant effort regardless. Oh, Jabajop with last cell of the board ends up misclicking. Shouldn't make a difference here, but would have been real tricky in a time crunch.
Jabajop starting on his last board. Dard was streaming before, and he was not very confident in his abilities today, but I think he can be very proud of where he placed.
Dart certainly made it just as far as, the seeding would lead you to believe. So no upsets there.
And that sets up the losers finals. So he's
Indeed.
Jabajop versus HQ. And then the winners finals we have Bo versus Gadget Lab.